been president of New Japan for about 6 months. This where I'm gonna need you to kind of kick into gear. You feel me? And I'm gonna need to bounce off of you real quick, because he introduced a 10-step plan, 10-point plan in order to secure and, you feel me, ensure the growth of New Japan in the future. And this is just based off of his discussions, you know what I'm saying, with the front office and the powers that be over there, what they trying to do and how they trying to move going forward. So this what we got, my boy. This what we got. This what they said. They said and the top 10 goes as follows. In the top 10, nigga, these is the 10. You feel me? It go like this. You feel me? He said it's looking like number 1, as far as most important and how they're gonna be moving: talent discovery and development. Number 2, elevating the value of title belts, reducing and eliminating outside interference. And of course, they went on to talk about House of Torture and all of that stuff. Then increasing the prominence and status of New Japan Hante. You feel me? Okay, so Hante, from my understanding, is basically if you not in a faction, or if you're not Chaos, you're not Los Ingobernables, you not you feel me, you not in Just Five Guys, or if you're not House of Torture or whatever, you basically consider the main unit or New Japan or whatever, you feel me. And he's trying to increase the prominence of people that want to rep New Japan for New Japan rather than clicking up. That's what I'm getting from that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So with that, you know what I'm saying, he wants to make sure that they strengthening, you know what I'm saying, the ties and the, you feel me, the performers that are repping New Japan for New Japan and not really trying to click up with all the bullshit, you know what I'm saying, but also strengthening ties with Stardom, strengthening ties with AEW, improving the live fan experience, improving New Japan World, improved treatment of personal information. As y'all know, a couple of months ago, they had lost that little flash drive that has some pertinent information from customers and subscribers or of the newsletter, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And then, of course, finally expanding and, you know what I'm saying, getting greater sponsorships for New Japan. Is this something that you feel like they can move forward with, as far as like really putting a footprint in the game and securing the future for New Japan? Because I feel like as of late, the perception of New Japan and them building stars, you know what I'm saying, for their own has been kind of hindering them a little bit. Yeah. And that's kind of been a knock on them a little bit. So I think him saying that, number 1, you feel me, talent development and growth in that department needs to be A1, as far as young people that we are attracting to New Japan, not just people, you know what I'm saying, from Japan, but all over Asia and America. I want to attract all the best talent. What do you think about his 10-step plan? Give it to me.
I love this. So I'm gonna, just a lot, I'm gonna just roll a few more things out. I want to say that, when you Google 10-point plan, and I have to do this, I got to be brother man for a little bit, just a little bit. When you Google 10-point plan, what you will see is an explanation about what the 10-point plan was. The 10-point plan, in a Western sense, was developed by Dr. Huey P. Newton in Oakland, California in 1966. Just got to put that out there. That is, I'm on here with a certain cloth, so I have to say that. That's number 1. Many more Panther places and chapters popped up all over the country. Free Mumi Abu Jamal and all of the guys, but just had to put that out there. Now, the 10-point plan is a thing that the Asian folks have developed. It is something that they particularly got from certain governments that they were inspired by to write their own, right? So I just wanted to put that out there just as a bit of non-wrestling information, but I really love the creativity in this when it comes to Tanahashi, the role that he's assumed, ace of New Japan, but now president, and with Kadani and Matt what's my guy's name, Matsumoto. This is pretty much like the Japanese becoming as Western as they could be, right? To provide a little bit more history, if I can. The United States and Japan hadn't had the best relationship in the mid 20th century. Some really terrible things went down. Yeah, shout out to Eric Rodriguez too. This is a good point, and also Mavericks in 6 earlier. I do remember when he said that. However, the Japanese and the United States they didn't have a great relationship. This stemmed out a few more years later into the 70s and 80s, where the Japanese and the United States tried to do business again. There weren't really great rapports that were pretty much developed by American and Japanese companies. However, this kind of changed around the time, I'm sure y'all can remember, WCW Collision in Korea, where wrestling companies start, kind of thinking about the Eastern Hemisphere and going over there. And so now, right, this 10-point plan, we see what the NJPW has been doing over the years here in America. Cow Palace shows, getting back to the essence. The LA Dojo, everybody that's working and coming out of there, real good stuff. But this is basically New Japan, like fully coming into the West, right? Kind of wrestling in and of itself is a business that's kind of like outside of like regular business in America. Like when we like talking to other business people and shit like that, they sometimes like kind of scoff and laugh at professional wrestling. Certain people kind of know what's going on. David Zaslav, a lot of other people. But the main point is that the wrestling business is kind of to the side. Now, this is kind of like where a Japanese corporation can say, hey, let's do more business on the Western Hemisphere in this wrestling thing and kind of be an example of that in Japan, right? And kind of being like one of the only like fronts Bushiroad or a Hashi or however they're, presenting themselves. But like this company is like the first time in which we're trying to see them like improve with values, certain formats. I'm seeing one point here. They want to improve the streaming site. I think that is great. Just as a person, like, I don't speak Japanese, but I'm constantly like learning certain things. My uncle's wife is Japanese, so I'm constantly picking up things from them. But long story short, they want to do more westernized things to make this wrestling company in this current situation much more of a success and make New Japan prominent not only in the West, but to itself. So the whole point about Hantai is a very interesting point too, because again, like the Bullet Club took over the whole fucking world, right? And once that happened, LIJ became a thing, right? And that kind of had a regional prominence, like in the West Coast, in Mexico, in Japan. And it's still kind of going on. It's not at the height that it was, Yuta Soji is cooking, and Naito just lost the IWGP title, but all of this said, I really think that this is like, even like the three of those guys together, Tanahashi, Matsumoto, and my other guy, Kadani, like they kind of have kind of like that like Western thing going on. Like they're wearing their suits, like they're making their points. And like, I just think that this was very like needed. Like we needed some type of statement. We needed some type of state of the union per se of New Japan. And with New Japan, Hantai, with that being a thing, that's going to make the company more important to folks in the West who might not be familiar with New Japan. So that's pretty much my feelings around it.
I like that. I like that because they did say in their efforts to, you feel me, or at least that the bullet point of strengthening ties with AEW. They was like, look, this partnership has been fruitful for both sides. And I know that some people have their skepticism about how fruitful it's been for us versus for them. But we're looking forward to, improving our, our skin in the game, and what we're doing on another level, So I'm assuming they might be cooking a new, crossover show that maybe not Forbidden Door or some other Forbidden Door that's, on that end, that way they can show, okay, not only is the New Japan and AEW partnership strong in America, but we can also do dope shit over here on this side too. You feel me? So just wait and see, watch and see. You feel me? But Tanahashi, that boy. So him coming out with this mission statement was hard. And that's what it is. You feel me?
Hey, change the belt back.
yes, that's another one. Yes, please, man, please.
I keep looking at that belt, that logo behind him. I'm like, yo, what happened to the New Japan belt that I loved? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, IWGP Divas belt. You know what I mean? The International Wrestling Grand Prix of Divas. That's but no, it's cool. But I just like the classic design. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the that version that they got right now. It's not quite the Divas butterfly, but like the butterfly that Game had tattooed on his cheek.
Beef 3, bro. I was just watching Beef 3 because of the Kendrick shit. Oh man, another time.
I love some beef. He said, you got a fucking butterfly on your fucking face. Then you put a LA tattoo over there. You're a clown. Shout out to Raz Cash. You know what I'm saying? WWE